If you're new to soteriology or hate Calvinism, it might shock you to hear me say that Calvinism, or the essence of Reformed Soteriology, is taught in the book of Proverbs. It's all there in plain sight for those with eyes to see. We often look, but not see, and one of the goals of this channel is to help you see. Depending on the translation you're using, it can say scoffer, scorner, or mocker. Basically, a person who despises God in the context of what we're discussing. We know there are scoffers out there who bash the Bible and Christianity. Yet here we learn that they do indeed seek wisdom. How can this be? One way to look at this is that the Bible paints a true picture of a lost man who rejects God as a scoffer. The Bible has a way of accurately telling us what's inside a person. For example, in Deuteronomy 5, they said, "You go near and hear all that the Lord our God may say, and tell us all that the Lord our God says to you, and we will hear and do it." On the surface, they seemed to be determined, but God saw right through, that they had such a heart in them that they would fear me and always keep all my commandments, that it might be well with them and with their children forever. In other words, who shall give them to have such a mind, to fear me? A person can be highly intelligent, actively learning, seeking for knowledge and understanding, but because at heart he rejects the true God and does not acknowledge him. Then that makes him a scoffer because God sees him as such. There are many great thinkers and philosophers out there who are genuine, and even polite and likable, but are scoffers at heart. They seek for wisdom and don't find it because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of this pursuit. We are to believe the testimony of Scripture. So let God be true, but every man a liar, because the wicked in his proud countenance does not seek God. God is in none of his thoughts. Jeremiah 29 verse 13 states, "And you will seek me and find me, when you search for me with all your heart." Non-Calvinists often quote Jeremiah 29 verse 13, but leave out the crucial part, the heart. God can only be found when the search is done with all your heart. And this is only possible when God opens the heart. Jeremiah 24 verse 7 says, "I will give them a heart to know me." The scoffer here is a fool whose heart despises God, and his heart has no room for wisdom. God is in none of his thoughts. He seeks, but will never find. Why is there in the hand of a fool the purchase price of wisdom, since he has no heart for it? Why is it easy to him who understands? Again, we must look beneath the surface. Moses tells us that though they saw with their eyes the mighty power of God, yet something crucial is missing, a heart to perceive. The ESV makes it clearer. But to this day the Lord has not given you a heart to understand or eyes to see or ears to hear. That's the difference between a scoffer and he who understands. The heart. The scoffer seeks, but his heart cannot receive it. It's not that he can't find wisdom, but his heart can't receive it, so he suppresses it. This all go back to what Paul says in 1 Corinthians 2. If you're a Calvinist, Proverbs 14 verse 6 helps you to be wise in your dealing with non-believers, because the very next verse says, "Go from the presence of a foolish man, when you do not perceive in him the lips of knowledge." Thanks for watching.